List time! What's up everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're an indie artist looking for an album review and some promo, you can hit up Luke at redmattersite.com. And what I finally have for you boys and girls today is my top 10 list for 2015. Now this is going to include albums as well as some mixtapes because I didn't really have time to make a top 10 albums, top 10 mixtapes, top 10 EP, etc, etc. But I am going to do a top 10 worst, a top 10 non-hip-hop list, as well as a top 10 or top 15 indie list. So stay tuned for all of those as well. Now, first of all, I just gotta say, man, 2015 was one of the greatest years I can remember in hip-hop, at least over the last 10 to 15 years. I know you could go back and forth about other years that were great, but 2015 was fantastic, so this was a damn hard list to make. But I feel pretty confident with what I have, and I look forward to seeing what you guys think in the comment section, so make sure you share with me your top 10 lists as well. Now, number 10 on my list is Omen's album, Elephant Eyes. And this one honestly came right out of the blue to me. A lot of people were asking me to review it, so I did. And I'm glad you guys put me up on it because I really liked what Omen had going on here. He had some nice soulful sample-based production throughout, and the content was dope as well because he touched on a lot of real issues, from what it was like growing up without a father figure to the negative effects of social media and lots of other stuff. So this one was deserving of number 10 in my opinion. Now, number 9 is Pusha T's album, King Push the Prelude, Darkest Before Dawn, and this is the exact reason why I wanted to wait until 2016 before putting out my list, because this one came just at the end of the year, and I'm glad I waited because it made it on here, and it deserves to be on here. I just thought Push's lyricism was very top-notch. He had a lot of clever wordplay, and some of the beats on here, even though I didn't like a couple of them, they were very interesting, and altogether I like the sound that Push had going on here. So I think next year, once he drops, well, this is the Prelude, so obviously he's got the big one coming next year, or this year. I'm kind of confused because, you know, it's the first day of 2016, so bear with me. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is I bet you King Push's next album will probably make my top 10 list next year, unless something drastic happens and he falls off. But I just thought on this album right here, he proved that he can do more than just that simple dope boy rap. Now, number 8 on my list is a double album, Documentary 2/2.5, which I was lucky enough to review with Anthony Fantano, aka The Needle Drop. So thank you, Anthony, for giving me the opportunity. It really helped my channel a lot and got me a lot of subs, so welcome to all the new subscribers who just found me because of that. And of course, thank you to all the subscribers who have been here all along, because 2015 was a great year. But as for this album, I just put these together because it is a double disc. I know some people like to separate 2 from 2.5, but it comes together as far as I'm concerned, and I thought Game really went in here. And I know there's a little bit of filler because it is 40 tracks between 2 discs, but for the most part, I think this is arguably his best work since his debut, the original documentary, and he kept it gangsta on this one and had a lot of great features and great production. Now, number 7 on my list is an OG, Scarface. I'm talking about his deeply rooted album. Scarface, I think, is just underrated. He's so damn consistent, and he's in my personal top 10 rappers of all time list. And what I like so much about this deeply rooted album is that he didn't go off and start following trends. There wasn't all kinds of trap shit on here, not all kinds of auto-tune, none of that. He just continued to tell his story and come through with those OG bars like only Scarface can. Really like this album a lot, and I definitely recommend you check it out if you haven't. It was just very impressive to me that this was his 12th studio album, and Face is 45 and still coming through with great lyrical content, storytelling, and all of that, man. He's just a complete MC, so thank you, Scarface, for everything you've given us, and I hope we hear more from you moving forward. As for number 6 on my list, it's Freddie Gibbs' album, Shadow of a Doubt. And I know this one had a little bit of a mixed reaction from people because it was nothing like his Cocaine Pinata album, which was much more grimy, sample-based, some more hip-hop, boom-bap type of shit. But with this one, it was a little bit more mainstream, but I thought Freddie Gibbs still had an original sound, and he continues to prove that he's one of the best newer artists in hip-hop as far as I'm concerned. I like this one a lot. It had a lot of great production, and I like those gangsta harmonies and dope boy tales that he had going on throughout, so I look forward to hearing more from Gangsta Gibbs. And now we are down to my top 5. And starting that off is Tetsuo and Youth. I just thought Lupe's lyricism on this was top-notch, just some next-level shit, especially when you listen to Mural, which was just an all-out bar fest, and I think it was one of the best hip-hop tracks to come out this year. Now for people who don't like to dig into lyricism and really bite into what is being said, you might not like this one that much, but if you love lyricism that can be taken in multiple ways and it's just all tied together, there's all kinds of layers and different meanings, it really doesn't get much better than this one. And I actually thought the production on here was dope as well. He had a couple of bangers thrown on there, some smooth shit, so this was great, even though Lupe Fiasco is a bit of a maniac, as we've seen on Twitter, but that doesn't matter. We're talking about the music, and Tetsuo in Youth deserves to be number 5. As for my number 4 entry, it's Dr. Dre's album Compton, and this one really got a lot of mixed reactions, just like I said with Freddie Gibbs' album Shadow of a Doubt. I think a lot of people were expecting that chronic 2001 West Coast G-Funk sound, but Dr. Dre really mixed it up here and had some nice varied production with varying sounds, and he also brought on some great features, man. He had some mainstream artists, and of course he brought up some guys who we haven't really heard as much from, people like Anderson .Paak, King Mez, and his newly signed artist Justice. So I thought he had a good mixing of talent on here, great beats, and I don't think Dr. Dre could have really done much better, man. We were waiting for Detox forever. He came through with this shit. I don't think people were expecting much, but I thought it was dope, even though some people were very disappointed. But now we're down to my top 3, and kicking the top 3 off is Czarface's album Every Hero Needs a Villain. I just absolutely loved the hard-hitting boom bap production on here, and I also think it had some of this year's, well, last year's, some of 2015's best, most memorable lyricism, especially with all those pop culture references sprinkled throughout. I mean, they were spitting some shit about wrestling, comic book heroes, some cartoon shit. It was just a lot of fun and an enjoyable project from beginning to end, and I actually rated this one a 4 back when I reviewed it, but I think it's more of a 4.5, and here it is at my number 3 spot. Now my number 2 entry is Tufts' mixtape Preacher's Son. Tut is just a young upcoming artist from out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this was just a great entry into the game, if you ask me. I really love this shit. It dropped at the start of 2015, and I'm still listening to it now at the start of 2016, so I'm looking forward to hearing more from him. Now, you haven't heard it before, it has some great vocals from Angel May, some fantastic production from K-Toven and the house band, who brought in some samples, some funk, soul, jazz, saxophone, just all kinds of glorious shit together. And Tut painted a picture and represented for Chattanooga, Tennessee, while telling a little bit of his story and what it's like to be the preacher's son. So this is a dope project. Do not sleep. Check it out. And my number 1 album of the year, or mixtape of the year, or EP of the year, my number 1 project of the year is so obvious, man. It's Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly. Everybody has this on their top 10 list pretty much, and a lot of people have it at number 1, which I think it deserves. There was just so much great social commentary on here. There's a lot of black empowerment, and I like the way that Kendrick changed the game with this one, man. Just like I was saying with Tufts' mixtape, how there's a lot of instrumentation going on, Kendrick took it to the next level. There's funk stuff, soul, jazz, everything coming together to make this really varied soundscape while Kendrick spits about real shit and tells stories. It just... man, he really set the bar high with this one. Now, I can understand why some people don't like it because it was so different, but I think it's deserving of the number 1 spot because this was a game changer for sure, and I'm pretty sure it's going to go down as a classic. I think it's safe to say that it will. But that's just what I had for my top 10. Hit me up in the comments section and let me know what your top 10 is. And make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff, man, where you like my videos, you share them, you follow me on Twitter, you retweet the videos, and you especially subscribe to my channel. At 10K, we're going to do another FAQ. It's been a great year. Man, it's just... I don't even know where to start. We got a lot of subscribers in 2015, so hopefully we can keep that going into 2016, get some more collaborations on the go, all that good stuff. Thank you once again, everybody. Hit me up in the comments with your top 10. Do not forget. I'll see you next time.